Hi, everyone. My name is Joshua Novick. I'm the Vice President for Business Tourism in North America at the London Convention Bureau, and welcome to our very first London Loves Events with video series. We're putting together a series introducing everyone to why London loves events and the people and places that make London the premier meetings and events destination. And today, I'm really excited to introduce you to Andrew Swanston, a longtime friend and industry colleague, who's with ExCeL. So Andrew, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi everyone, my name's Andrew Swanston. Thank you, Josh, for inviting me today. I'm Head of Sales, Conference and Events at ExCeL London. I've been here over 13 years. I started in 2007, but I've actually been in the meetings and events industry for over 2 decades. Working in or managing bars in the West End of London to organising events in Monte Carlo, Monaco.
I mean, you've got an amazing career. You've worked up an amazing portfolio of clients over the years, but I can only imagine that these past couple of months have been some of the most trying for you. How has it been for ExCeL being transformed into one of the NHS Nightingale hospitals in terms of this whole COVID-19 pandemic?
It was, let's say, a different time to what we're usually used to. Our teams are very, very used to going from one event into another very quickly and reorganizing the space to accommodate that. But back in March, we were approached to become a field hospital and to become the first NHS Nightingale. And of course, we accepted. The team moved in very, very quickly. And with all of our service teams, within 9 days, they managed to get the hospital up and running, which was a huge achievement and something that we will never, ever forget. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing to see how our industry came together, and ExCeL is a perfect example alongside so many other London venues. It's an amazing journey that ExCeL has had transforming itself into a hospital. But can you talk a little bit about the lessons that you've learned during the pandemic and retransforming the venue back into a meetings and events venue? What do you think are the top 3 things event planners need to know moving forward for event safety?
Well, one major thing is health and safety has always been our priority, always. It's extremely important when you're running events that not only are the delegates safe, but the people building the event are safe, that the staff are safe. So that continues to be a major priority for us. We actually have a list of 10 changes or elements to our reopening plan, which we've released out into the industry, and we're working with our clients. I'd say the top 3, Josh, would be social distancing, or physical distancing as it's known, I think is a priority. And we're working with our organisers on risk assessments and their floor plans to make sure that there's the space that they need to be able to accommodate that.
Right.
Face masks or face coverings, we're going to insist that all delegates and attendees and anyone that comes into the venue will have to wear a face covering. Obviously, lunch breaks and coffee breaks will be an exception to that, but we will ensure that there's a 2 metre plus, where possible, social distancing for that element of each of the events. We're going to go down the contactless route throughout the whole venue. We're installing at the moment extra retail catering options for uncatered events to ensure that delegates have more choice, but it stops the queuing situation that we're used to having. Cleaning is extremely important as well. We're focusing a lot on that at the moment. So our cleaning team was very effective, but they've had to change their regimes going forward to make sure that areas with touch points, so bathrooms, tables within the public areas, are all continually cleaned.
Yeah, that's great. Something everybody needs to think about, from airlines all the way to the venues and the hotels themselves. Can you elaborate a little bit on the delegate journey even before the attendee arrives at ExCeL? How do you envision that changing and its impact on how we operate?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to ask all of our organisers to insist that pre-registration it takes place. A lot of trade shows you used to be able to turn up and register on the day and walk into the show, no problem. But I think pre-registration is very, very important. The delegate confidence is what's going to make events great again. Mm-hmm. You could have the best speaker and the blue chip companies exhibiting at an event, but if people don't feel safe or confident to put some clothes on, get on a train or an aeroplane and go to an event, then the events industry will suffer. So I think the delegate journey really needs to start from the time the event is announced, not just getting in the car or on a mode of transport.
Yeah, so it's more about the logistics and the inspiration in that first instance. Even though, you know, we're obviously going to be focused a lot on those little minutiae and the granular parts of running an event to keep people feeling safe and less fearful. But what do you think ExCeL, the organizers, us as a convention bureau, any ideas on how we can keep that magic alive and keeping these face-to-face events so meaningful as they always have been with all of these new changes?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that the magic has always been there. And you know what it's like, Josh. We'll go to a trade show in Las Vegas or Frankfurt or Barcelona, wherever, and we'll meet people and we'll hug them or shake their hands, and you know, unfortunately that is going to change going forward. But meeting face to face, that is the magic, 100%. So going back to the previous question, it's about the confidence of getting people to come to events that will keep that magic alive. You know, there's some fantastic virtual hybrid technology out there that can really get people engaged during a conference. I've attended many conference sessions virtually during the last 6 months, but it's not the same. I miss seeing the people I work with in the industry, and I'm sure the rest of the world, when they attend events, miss that too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it comes back to what drew you, me, and so many of our colleagues into the industry. It's about the people. So we all need to come together to make sure that experience is still there. Andrew, I can't thank you enough for your time today. Your wit and candor is always appreciated, and I find it refreshing to hear what you have to say about our industry. As you know, our whole campaign is London Loves Events. So I'd love to know why you think London loves events.
I'm very biased, of course, but I'd have to say London is the best city in the world for events, 100%. It's got an array of different cultures, beautiful heritage across the whole city. It works extremely well with regards to transport. We have more, second to Las Vegas in terms of hotel bedrooms. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Yeah, nope, I have to agree. It's a great place. Andrew, thank you so much for your time today. And I look forward to continuing to sell London together as the best city in the world for meetings and events.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks.